If Saturdays used to be for playing catch up on chores or feeling drained, let's change that today. I'm sharing 3 simple habits I do every Saturday morning that make my week instantly better and take less than 10 minutes usually. Grab a snack and come on back because these are 3 little things I do on Saturday that help me pretty much close out one week and feel so much better about going into the next one. And none of them involve spending my whole Saturday cleaning. The first thing I do is I always reset one thing. And that's what I like to do on Saturday mornings. And I mean one thing. I'm not cleaning the whole house. I'm not doing a cleaning marathon. I'm not spending my entire Saturday doing chores. And those days happen, right? There are some Saturdays when I do that, but no, not anymore. I just like to look around and say, what's one little thing that I can take care of today that's going to make me feel better, you know? And for me, sometimes it's laundry. And I know a lot of us have that elusive laundry that never gets done. And it's like, oh my God, there's so much laundry and it keeps piling up and piling up and piling up. Well, because it's only 2 of us here, we do our own laundry. Zoe does her own laundry and I do my own laundry. And so it's not that devastating, thank goodness. But if I've done laundry during the week, which a lot of times I do, and I haven't gotten everything put away yet, then Saturday is a good day, for me to get those clothes put away. And usually I'm somebody who, when it comes to laundry, I'm kind of type A. As soon as the laundry's done, I have to hit it. I have to fold everything, put everything up if something needs to be hung or whatever. I have different quadrants where I put my things because I don't have a dresser. So I use different means, bins, and different things to store my clothes, the ones that don't get hung up. And usually I do that right away, but there are some days during the week where I just can't get to it. I put all my stuff in, I take it out of the dryer, it goes in a hamper, and it just sits somewhere until I can get to it. Sometimes it's the kitchen. If I have dishes sitting in the sink from the night before, or dishes in the dish drain, I always put those away first before I go to washing any new dishes. And that's usually when I wash Mam's dishes as well. And I might straighten up one little area that's been bothering me. That's it. That's it. Because sometimes you don't need to clean your whole life. You just need one little corner to feel better. Declutter and get rid of just a little something, right? And that usually starts it off for me. And once I've done that one thing, I already feel like I've accomplished something. I feel very productive on Saturday morning when I've gotten that one thing done. The second thing that I do is I set an intention for my weekend. And that's very important to me. And I try to do that most mornings when I get up. That's one of the first things that I do is set my intention for the day. So especially on Saturday morning, I want to set my intention for the weekend, especially if I haven't done that whole weekend intention on a Friday. And Saturday is actually one of my favorite days of the week. I love Saturdays. I always have since I was a kid. I love Saturday. And everybody talks about the Sunday reset, right? That's really popular, especially when you're watching all the girly pops online and they start their laundry, and while their laundry's going, they're cleaning and doing and whatever, and that's their Sunday reset. I don't do that. Sunday is my reset day because Sunday for me is the beginning of a new week. So Saturday is the end of the old one for me. And especially in my household because my daughter works 4 days a week and her Friday is Saturday, right? That's her last day of the work week. So Sunday is my day to relax. Saturday is my day to get things done. And, especially this time of year when we're coming to the end of summer and heading into fall, Saturday just has a certain feeling to it. It truly does. And for some people, it's football. Saturdays, right? For me, it's a day when I can slow down a little, um, a little bit and do something for myself. And that's how I always view Saturdays now. And usually I ask myself, what do I want from this weekend when I'm setting my intention? And I'm not talking about making another to-do list. No, 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 no. I'm talking about setting that intention, right? Maybe I want some mental clarity. I need that sometimes coming from the week. Maybe I want, to do something that just makes me feel good. Maybe I want to read, or I want to watch something that I enjoy, catch up on a show, maybe binge watch something, right? Work on something creative, which I do a lot, like my crocheting and different things, or simply just have a peaceful day. Simply, that's all that I want. I want to have a pajama day on Sunday. I want to have a peaceful day. So I usually put those intentions in the forefront on Saturday. I intentionally choose the one thing for myself that I really want to do. And then I ask, how do I want this weekend to feel? How do I want it to feel? And there's a big difference between those two things, right? A very big difference. And the third and the last thing is I do something for future me, for future Lexi. Now, this one might be my absolute favorite of all, right? I like to do one little thing for future me. Nothing major. I learned this from doing things for my mother to make her weeks go smoothly, make her days go smoothly, especially as she was older. Making sure that I had her coffee station cleaned and set up, her mug, her spoons, her coffee, her sugar, all her things together, right? So I like to do something like that to make things easier for myself. Maybe I walk around my room. Usually I pick up a few little things that I've accumulated during the week. Like you have things, you bring them in your room and you sit them somewhere. I'll get to that later. Or the mail that I didn't read from a couple days ago and I sat it on the nightstand or whatever. So I try to go through those things, right? If there's a little bit of clutter, like I said, like the mail, that stuff piles up quickly. I can get rid of it, right? I just get rid of it. I can necessarily do those things every single day. Of course I can. But on Saturday, I can just take a few minutes and do just a little bit. And I'm not doing it because everything has to be perfect. No, absolutely not. We don't live in a perfect world. But I'm doing it because future me is going to appreciate it. Truly. So when I wake up on Sunday, right? And things feel a little calmer, I'm so glad that I took the time on Saturday to get those things done. I'm so happy that I've done that. And when the new week gets going, I'm glad I did it. I'm so glad. Sometimes doing something for your future self, it doesn't require some big plan. No, it doesn't require that at all. Sometimes it's just doing that one tiny thing today that makes tomorrow a little bit easier. So yeah. And why I do things on Saturday, that's the biggest reason, right? I do it on Saturday because I don't want to do it on Sunday. I want my Sunday. Sunday is a quiet day for me. It truly is. And that stems back to my mom and I used to always spend our Sunday mornings together, drinking tea, she reading the newspaper, me maybe watching the cooking channel or doing something, making breakfast for her and I, because a lot of times Zoe always worked on a Sunday, and now she's not. And growing up as a little girl, my mother's days off were Sunday and Monday. So Sunday was that quiet time for me. Saturday was my day that I cleaned my room and I did my chores and everything. Sunday was that quiet day. It was a beach day for Mom and I, or it was a quiet day at home if it was raining. We just had that time together, and I cherish still to this day those moments. When Zoe's off from work, I don't want to spend my Sunday fussing around the house trying to catch up on everything. No, I want to be able to enjoy it. So those few little things that I do on Saturday actually give me something much bigger. They give me my Sundays back. And I think that's why I've come to love my Saturday reset so much. It's not really about cleaning, it's not about productivity, although that happens, but it's definitely, it's not about trying to get everything done. You cannot get everything done. You can in one day. I do little things every day, but Saturday is my day that I choose as my little reset day. And it's about closing out my week with a little intention so I can walk into the next one feeling a little bit lighter, just a little bit lighter. So that's it. I reset one thing, I decide how I want my weekend to feel, and I do one little thing for future Lexi. Future me. Less than 10 minutes, nothing complicated. Set a timer on my phone and I go. And most likely it'll end up being over the 10 minutes when my timer goes off because I'm so into it that I just want to get it finished. So just 3 little habits that help me feel better going into a brand new week. And then I go into my Saturday all over again, right? I get to enjoy it. And I get to enjoy my Sundays too. So, thank you for being here and listening to my 3 things that I do on my Saturday reset. I'll see you in the next conversation, my friend. Love you plenty.